before anybody says anything, I know. What did you do, John? What did you do? Well, I went out and I bought a 2023 KTM 890 Adventure R. And now why did I do it? I had so much fun on my 4,500 mile trip on my 450 that I wanted to take more trips like that. But I'm going to be honest, you really need to develop your iron butt if you're going to do trips like that on a dirt bike. And I think I've got a pretty good iron butt, and I believe I've earned the right to be a little bit lazy. Now, before the haters start hating, let me give you a preliminary review of my experience with the Adventure R. So far I've had the side stand alarm go off, saying that my side stand was down all the time, so I had to buy a dongle to fix that. Right now I have the immobilizer antenna. All right, KTM with 2,200 miles on it. I've had to go have the EC reflashed, and I've been in for the side stand sensor went out. They adjusted it, it went out again. They adjusted it again, it went out again. So I had to put a dongle on that just to get the bike to work. And now today it started doing this. And there you go, immobilizer antenna. And what I believe that is this ring where you use a chip in the key and it won't let it start. So there's that. And then just to show you, I mean, usually the keys that came with it, I only have two. There's the other key. Same deal, I can tell it's going to come on from that alert. And then when that's on, right, you got nothing, you're stuck. So wherever you are, I hope you're happy there, because you're not going anywhere. Yay, KTM. Yay, what a good idea. What a great thing to add to an adventure bike. Which is basically what reads whether or not your key matches your bike. And so what it does is if you try to hotwire this and it doesn't see your specific key, it won't let you start the bike. So right now, it's been giving me that alarm even though it is the right key. I've had it to the shop a couple times now for different issues, and I'm going to be upfront with you guys. This bike has been a French nightmare to deal with. The electronics on it are horrible. The fact that you can't just twist the wires together for your kickstand switch. Sorry, I'm really having a hell of a time getting this earplug out. Oh, there we go. So the fact that you can't just easily turn off these alarms, these faults, these switches, these sensors, is driving me insane. I have 2,300 miles on the bike. I've had it for a couple months. It has spent at least 4 nights in the shop since I got it for the problems like that. And so far this bike has been an absolute mistake for me to buy. But I'm going to keep with it. I'm going to keep trying to fix this. We're going to have some adventures on this bike, and I hope you're rooting for me as a rider to get through without too much hassle, even if you're rooting against the KTM. Because, let me say this about this bike. It was between this, the Touareg, and the Yamaha, the T7, the Tenere. The Aprilia, the Touareg, was out because it's an Aprilia, and if you're in the middle of Idaho and you need an Aprilia part, what are you going to do? You're going to call AAA or whoever it is, your buddy, and you're going to have your bike towed out. Same kind of thing went with the Ducati, and I really, really want the Ducati. That bike is amazing. But so then it came down between the KTM and the Yamaha. The Yamaha is a known quantity. We know it's never going to break. It's now $11,000, and the first thing everybody puts on it is a $3,000 suspension. Now your bike is $14,000, and then you're going to throw a couple other things on it. And it's going to be a great bike that's super top heavy and is a big dirt bike. It does great in the dirt. The Adventure R is a great dirt bike, but it handles just like everybody says it does. It's super, super flickable. The weight all sits way down low in the tank. And when you're off-road, it does not feel like a 470-pound motorcycle. On the road, it's the same thing. On the road, this thing just carves. Really nice. 21-inch front wheel, so you've got to put some effort into making it turn for sure, but it still turns great. So once you turn on all the electronics, the cruise control and all that stuff, which is another $700 you have to pay after demo mode ends, you're looking at a $16,000 motorcycle that you don't actually have to do anything to, as far as, you know, big costs like suspension and stuff like that. It's already done. Plus you get all the electronics, right? You can add electronic cruise control to a T7. I think it's like $900. This company makes a box that will go on your T7 so give you cruise control. So now you're looking at a $15,000 T7 to get it to where the $16,000 KTM is. Plus the KTM has rally mode, and it's got traction control, and it's got lean control, and it's got all this really cool electronic stuff that does seem to work. It's just the kind of day-to-day stuff is not working for me. So that's why I bought the bike, because at the end of the day, if this bike was as reliable as a Honda, everybody and their uncle would be riding an Adventure R. It's just that much fun. It's just that good of a bike. It's like that chick you used to date who was, you know, she was so much fun at a party and the sex was amazing and you were always out having a good time, but then, you know, once a month you had to bail her out of jail and, you know, bail her brother out of jail because he was doing drugs, and she kept calling the cops on you when things got out of hand. That's what this bike is like. It's so much fun, it's ridiculous. It's also such a nightmare that you're going to spend as much time swearing at it as you are kind of whooping it up as you ride along. At least that's been my experience. I've heard from a lot of different riders that they didn't have any problems at all. My initial impression and review of this bike is, oh my God, so much fun, so much horsepower, such a great suspension on this bike. It's just a great machine, but wow, I mean, I never know if it's going to start up when I turn it on, if it's going to give me some kind of fault. So if you do get one of these bikes, just know that if it does anything wonky, take it straight back and try to get your money back and get a different one. And hopefully you get one of the ones that don't explode right out of the gate. This is not one of those bikes. this has been an absolute nightmare, complete and utter pain in the ass. And like I said, I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to keep fighting through it, and hopefully I break everything that can be broken. And by June or July, it's the end of May right now, by June or July in a couple months, it will be 100%, and I'll be able to go on long trips with it and not have to worry about things breaking. So again, unless you're mechanically inclined or have an infinite amount of patience, don't even bother, because my experience has been this bike is going to make you insane. It's going to make you break down and cry, and you're going to be, you know, wondering about all your other life decisions you have made that may or may not have turned out so well. Anyways, so there you go. To answer the question, John, what did you do? I kind of screwed up. And put this out to Yamaha. Dudes, if you bring the World Raid to America, bring the World Raid Tenere, I'll buy 2 of them. I'll sell this thing and I'll buy 2 of them. But until somebody steps up and brings something that's comparable and as much fun to ride as this, let's just say the videos that I make with the Adventure R are probably not going to be like the videos I made with the 450. And for you guys and girls who are wondering, I still have the Honda. I did not sell it. I still plan on riding it. I just wanted to do some longer, more roady trips, so I got this. But I still have the Honda. I have no plans on selling it unless somebody wants to offer me some outrageous money for it. In the meantime, though, I am going to try to put out videos with this thing and a couple more Honda videos, of course. Anyways, I'm just going to shut up now. If you guys have any questions or positive comments, go ahead and leave them down below. If you are snarky, I love snarky, but if you get snarky personal, I'll just ban you from the channel. I don't care. I don't have time for that. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about. Everybody, the electronics on this are when they work, are amazing. And if you don't, if you don't want cruise control, if you don't want traction, if you don't want ABS, good for you. I'm proud of you. I've been riding for 40 years. I'm going to take my ABS and my traction control. I'm going to have fun with it. And if that's not your thing, then again, there are other channels out there, dudes. Okay. All right. Keep it positive. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, let the snark begin. Oh, you're going to get a lot of hate mail for this one. All right, I figure I got about a 50-50 shot of this thing starting right up without me having to fuck with it. Oh, look at that. I think it's going to start. Woo!